Have you ever wondered why currencies like the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong are covered in zeros? We're talking about paying 1,500 dinars for a coffee or millions of dong for groceries. For years, people have tracked these currencies, waiting for a real change. Well, that change might be just around the corner. In 2025, both Iraq and Vietnam are signaling serious plans to tackle this issue head-on by removing 3 zeros from their banknotes. This isn't just speculation, these are real conversations happening now, with potentially historic implications. By the end of this video, you will understand why the dinar and the dong are creating more buzz than ever before, and what this could mean for purchasing power, both locally and worldwide. So, what does removing 3 zeros actually mean? It's a process called redenomination, and it's been used by many countries to streamline their currency. It doesn't change your purchasing power overnight. Instead, it just simplifies how money is represented. For example, 1,000 old dinars would become 1 new dinar. The value is the same, but the numbers are much cleaner and easier to manage. Think about it. This makes life easier for everyone. Citizens buying groceries, banks processing deposits, and businesses setting prices all benefit. It's not just about cutting zeros. It's about boosting confidence, reducing errors, and getting the economy ready for stronger global engagement. In short, redenomination is both a practical fix and a powerful signal of financial maturity. The timing of this couldn't be more significant. Iraq is steadily growing its oil revenues, while Vietnam is booming as a global manufacturing hub. Both nations are at a turning point. By modernizing their currencies, they're showing the world they're serious about attracting investment and making trade simpler. For Iraq, which depends on oil, handling transactions in millions of dinars is clumsy. For Vietnam, where multinational companies manage billion-dollar contracts, the dong's complexity slows down business. In 2025, redenomination looks like a strategic step toward long-term global competitiveness. For everyday people holding dinars or dong, the immediate effect is clarity. Your bank balance won't shrink, your salary won't lose value, and your savings will remain intact. But when the notes in your hand look simpler, confidence naturally rises. It becomes easier to price goods, manage accounts, and plan for the future. Economists call this a psychological reset, and it's just as important as the policy itself. When people trust their money, they tend to spend and invest more freely, which stimulates growth and builds momentum for the currency's credibility abroad. On the global stage, removing zeros doesn't instantly boost the exchange rate against the dollar or euro, but what it does do is strengthen perception. Stability is what investors crave, and a cleaner, easier-to-use currency signals exactly that. Over time, this shift can attract more foreign investment, unlock new trade partnerships, and improve economic momentum. For Iraq, that might mean smoother oil contracts. For Vietnam, it could simplify cross-border deals and manufacturing. The world sees this not as a gimmick, but as proof that these governments are aligning their systems with international best practices. History shows us this works. In 2005, Turkey removed 6 zeros from its lira. Before that, $1 was worth over 1 million old lira. After the change, the economy functioned more smoothly, confidence grew, and international credibility improved. Brazil has done the same thing multiple times, with similar positive outcomes. These reforms succeeded because they weren't about erasing value, they were about simplifying systems and restoring trust. It looks like Iraq and Vietnam are ready to follow this successful blueprint. Let's look at Iraq specifically. The oil industry dominates its economy, with massive contracts and payments constantly flowing. Simplifying the dinar means fewer errors, more efficient record-keeping, and easier negotiations with foreign partners. Beyond oil, it opens doors for diversification. A stronger, simpler currency can attract investment into other industries, encouraging broader economic development. For ordinary Iraqis, it just makes daily life shopping, banking, saving less confusing, and gives them more confidence in their nation's financial direction. Vietnam, on the other hand, is already a manufacturing powerhouse, with giants like Apple and Samsung operating there. But managing contracts in the trillions of dong is still a major inefficiency. By redenominating, Vietnam clears away that clutter, making itself even more attractive to foreign investors. Exporters and manufacturers benefit from clearer pricing and faster transactions. For Vietnamese citizens, it strengthens trust in the Dong. As a result, Vietnam's economic credibility could rise even further, boosting both trade and investment. When you step back, redenomination is about modernization as much as it is about math. It's a declaration that Iraq and Vietnam are ready to join the ranks of nations with streamlined, globally respected currencies. The process itself isn't quick, requires printing new notes, updating systems, and educating the public. But the decision to do it shows discipline and vision. International institutions watch these moves closely, because a commitment to simplification signals responsibility, and that breeds investor confidence. For investors and currency holders, the stakes are high. While removing zeros doesn't automatically increase the exchange rate, it does create the conditions for long-term strength. Companies considering entry into Iraq or Vietnam will feel much more secure with currencies that are easy to manage. Fewer financial errors mean smoother operations, and international investors tend to reward that kind of stability with capital inflows. Over time, these shifts in perception can translate into stronger demand for the currencies themselves. And let's not forget the human factor. People naturally react to numbers. Paying $1 million for lunch just doesn't inspire confidence. Paying $1,000 does. That simple shift boosts morale and makes people more comfortable participating in their economy. For businesses, it means simpler invoices. For banks, more efficient systems. And for governments, easier financial planning. While purchasing power doesn't change right away, the increase in confidence often leads to more spending, saving, and investing, which strengthens the economy from the ground up. So, to wrap this up, the talk about the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong isn't just routine news. It's a global currency alert. Removing 3 zeros might seem like a technicality, but its impact on perception, practicality, and investor confidence could be transformative. Iraq and Vietnam are showing they're ready to modernize, attract capital, and simplify daily life for their people. The direction is clear. 2025 is shaping up to be the year of serious monetary reform. For anyone watching IQD and VND, this could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next update. See you next time.